Good morning, um, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Today's Friday, the 19th of April 2024. Let's share the show, please, as much as we can. Let's share the show. Let's share the show, folks. Welcome and welcome. Um, let's share the show. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show, please. Let me see who all on the show. Let's share the show. Thank you as you join us as we're with Melbourne and the rest of the crew. Let's share the show. Let's see. Let's share the show, please. Happy Friday, folks. Let's see who all here. George Yon is watching us from Texas. Bayoga Joe is watching us from Iowa. Yan Big Boy Yan is watching us from um, New Jersey. Mato Gay is watching us from, is that Grand Rapids? Grand Rapids, Michigan. Jeremiah Kekula is watching us from Mississippi Street, Sano, Greenville. Let's see who else. Yancey is watching us from New Jersey. Is that Tavis Basho? Is watching us from Pennsylvania, USA. Doris Thompson is watching us from Silver Spring, Maryland County. Silver Spring, Maryland County. Okay. But let's share the show now, folks. We have a lot to talk about. We got plenty of things to talk. We got plenty of things to talk. But yeah, let's share the show in the meantime. Let's share the show. Okay, let's share the show. In the meantime, let's share the show. In the meantime, let's share the show. Let's share the show, folks, please. Thank you. At some point, Monk will be joining us today if he If he's available, let's share the show. Do we still have people who? Do we still have some Liberians who are still praying for Israel? Agnes, is that? I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Gwen from P. I hope I didn't butcher up your name. I'm very sorry if I did. I did not mean to do that. I just couldn't pronounce the last name rightfully. But let's share the show, folks. Aniston Bernard is watching us from Atlanta, Georgia. Patricia Brown is watching us from Rehab. If you're not telling where you're watching us from, we're not recognizing you. So you can't say hello to me or not answer you. I'm making plow with you. You can't say hello or not answer you. You have to tell where you're watching us from. If you can't tell where you're following us from, I'm not going to answer you. Tell me hello, I will not speak to you, call of speech. Yep. But let's share the show, please. I'm still wondering if we got some Liberians that are still praying for Israel. If you're here, just let us know so we can recognize you. Roger Gibson from Knoxville. Yvette Cephas watching us from ATL, which is Atlanta, Georgia. P. Flomo is watching us from Oakland, California. Let's share the show now, folks. There are two things you got to do. Like and share as you follow. So, like I was saying, where all the Liberians that are praying for Israel, they're spending time, and the scriptures say they should pray for Israel and they should fast and pray. Where are all those Liberians? And Susano is watching us from Minnesota. Okay. Where are the people that are praying? Columbia, Maryland, Joseph Canto. Joseph, what's up? I told you if you come on the show and you're not tell you watching out from your speed with me, I will not answer. I will call us people here today. You're not sharing the show. You're not telling where you're watching us from. You're not die if you tell. Paul Jala is watching us from Massachusetts, MA. I believe MA stands for Massachusetts. I believe so. I could be wrong. Who's there? Renzi Bat is watching us from Bon Mines, Bon County, okay? Gobla Zoe is watching. That SKTV that bro supposed to be. Hold on. I go listen to something else. But the SKTV that bro supposed to be on. I go listen to something else. Shield. Melvin the Shield is watching us from Europe. Well, if you can tell where you following from, David William is watching us from Colorado, USA. Sarah Tooley is watching us from New York. Sarah Tooley. I'm calling your name because I think we will need to speak. Sarah Tooley, we will need to speak. Sarah Tooley, we will need to speak. Sorry for calling your name public, but I think that's the only way I can get hold of you. Hey, if I tell you why it's not going to speak to me, I will not speak to you. Either. I don't want to say it. But let's share the show. Where are all the people where are all the Liberians that are praying for Israel? Where are they? All the Liberians that are praying for Israel. Where are they? Nora Hoax is watching us from Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa. Looks like a French name. It looks like a French name. It's Archibald Hugh Morris watching us from New Jersey. Those of you who are watching from New Jersey, I hope you're not living inside the Wawa. The gossip Wawa. There's a Wawa in New Jersey where the people in the gossip. Joseph Conto. My man, I know where that man. That man went a page and he attacked me for no reason. Okay, I told you. Well, all the Liberians are praying for Israel. Well, I think you need to stop the prayer now because Israel just attacked Iran as well in response to last week. In response to last week's attack that Iran did on them, Israel just launched in Iran. So maybe you need to stop the prayers. And I'm saying this to say, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying this to say to you that serious-minded people act. They take actions. Don't pass around, fast and praying, be yelling, making noise in people's ear all day and giving us their heart. No, they don't do that. Well, so while you were fasting and praying, we told you last week that the Israelis prime minister, the Israeli prime minister were meeting to strategize as to what to do and how to strike. So that ain't there. So when I put yourself together, what can happen? You passing around speaking in tongue, the cause will move ahead on the gun for you. You serious? You ready yet? Israel fighting not yet. Israel fighting launching Iran. Yep, Israel did that. Israel launched Iran. They're not speaking in tongues, yelling all around the place. I blew my dab by fire. The same real fire there. So y'all need to wake up and get serious. Talking about pray for Israel. As always, my time. In the 21st century, you know what's up. You know what time it is. Anyway, Victoria Blamo Cooper for Indiana. Thank you, Victoria. Choice. When? It's watching us from Minnesota. Good afternoon. I'm watching from the state of Altitude, Minnesota. Eleanor Davis is watching us from Atlanta, Georgia. Nora hosted, but Steve looks different. Nora, I work clear today. You see me now? Oh, I see. That's me now. That's me. Nora, I work clear today. You see me back. Nora, who I am. Let's see. Eric Peabody is watching us from Dallas, Texas. Regina Wolfing is watching us from Philadelphia. Today, a lot of the people from Texas and Atlanta, Georgia seem to be doing well. I'm not seeing lots of people from Minnesota today. I don't know what's going on with your Minnesota people. Some people probably somewhere. When you see Maryland and Minnesota people that plenty somewhere, that means they're somewhere listening to gossip or something that had to do with Chidipuli. Yeah. Carlton T. Norris is watching us from Delaware. Okay, Carlton. It's good. So when they finish with the gossip, then they'll come here. I can guarantee you that. So most of the people that we don't see here, they're going to the gossip group. Group will get. Okay. We'll see. We'll see what time it is. We'll see. Why don't we share the show now? So, before we get started with the conversation today, because just so you know your information, The show will be very, 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 very interesting. Who is that? Yoni Tabakura from Montreal, Canada. Very, very beautiful city. I think I've been to Montreal, Edmonton, and Quebec in Canada. I think I've been to these 3 different cities, but Montreal, Montreal is a place to be. Very beautiful. Very, 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 very beautiful. Very beautiful city, Montreal. I must give it to Montreal. Deputy Shevin is watching us from Maryland. Okay, you get 1 million person here. You got 1 from Silver Spring at 2. Joy Cooper Burnett is watching us from Massachusetts. Okay. Ed Johnny Sabakura says, yep, it's true. We said Jiba Wise is watching us from Ramsey, Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota put in coming out small. I see Maryland put in desire to come on now. Okay, you're coming on now. Waye Yang Chiquin is watching us from Maryland. Esther Clark Fredericks is watching us from Philadelphia. What's going on now? I think I missed it. Okay, if you're not identifying yourself, we're not recognizing you. But folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday. Happy weekend to all of you. Happy good day. A lot of things are happening. Roberta Brown Cooper is watching us from Maryland County. A lot of things are happening. A lot of things. When I say a lot of things, I mean a lot of things are happening. So, as we get towards the 100 days deliverable, the question becomes, Lofa Dede is watching us from Connell, Winchester, Iowa. Shannon Colley Boyd is watching us from Cottonton, Bond County. Interesting. That's good. That is really, really good. Yeah, thank you, folks. While we at it, share the show. Like I was saying, a lot of interesting things are happening. In other news around the world, Israel strike back against Iran as of yesterday. Very, very interesting things are happening. Israel strike back. The question becomes, will Iran in return strike again? The Prime Minister of Iran had an interview with CNN, which I followed, and I also read a transcript. That he said if Israel were to do anything of such again, that they would get to the point where they would retaliate. They would move on Israel. But let me bring on Milborn. I know Milborn just joining us.
And so that's the part of the song that I love so much. What I will do now, my partner, Bonnie, Steve, Bonnie, that's the kind of life. Steve E.T. Look, sometimes when some of you call in, he say, because Steve E.T. I can, look, Steve, I don't know whether you know this song, Partner Bonnie. And good evening, my brother.
Slow down. Slow down.
Papa Bonnie, Steve, your part is Bonnie, and other people partner Bonnie. What's going on?
My man, don't bring noise on the show. Don't bring noise in the show. It's too early. Don't bring noise in the show, bro. Yeah, it's too early for that one. Leave that all noise. Leave that all noise.
Yeah, because everybody put body. Then how come Liberia put not body? We're going we're hitting 100 days.
But it will come in getting now to find out what is going on with the partner balling.
Yeah, everybody put body. Remember, my pack of me. I can look. I can make carry you to court. You Steve. I can make carry you to court. Seriously, because my body is not body. And in fact, guess what? Though, even to make things worse, my partner body and the madam, you already know already. You already know what's up and everything and the law.
We're not taking no story for you today. We're not taking no story for you. You lay in the basis for story. So
busy. Then the law make up for dozen about 7 in my country. They just explaining. Look, the man was so frustrated, man. The man was frustrated. Seriously.
The man explaining time, no evidence. Let it out.
Yeah, like bro, look, like bro, probably my to mate. So Musa hasn't paid. They're gonna take time. But like bro, wahala.
My brother,
Oh,
the chairman for the Liberty Party, the former chairman of the CPP, he will see and say, anyone will be represented. He will do that job at 5. You not explain it. You explain tired. And no evidence is a good thing. You not explain. You explain. Say, you know, like Brempo get out. But anyway, no bomb, my man, welcome. It's cool to be on. As always, today's Friday. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And most important, Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Monk might be joining us. He's still on his sabbatical or his break, but he opted that he would join us today. We spoke briefly on the phone just before the show. We had a very good, productive conversation. My man, there's a lot to cover. We want to know if Joseph Boakai and the United Party can really handle or bring the change that the Liberian people so yearn for. I want to know that. Keeping into consideration the 100 days deliverable. You got one hand, Senator Amara Corner is criticizing him hugely and saying that the president does not know what he's doing, who is in charge. So Senator Amara Corner, who in fact on record got first ushered in the Unity Party or the rescue train. If you can remember or you can recall the last round, the second round in the elections, it was Senator Amara Corner who was in charge of the data. In fact, Senator Amara Corner was hailed, appreciated highly by the Unity Party. In fact, he stole the show. At some point, everybody started asking, where is Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence? Where is Senator Darius Dillon? Where is Prince Moyi? So he became the darling boy of the Unity Party. A few weeks down the line after they won, we saw the scenes in Amara Corner taking the president-elect at the time, Joseph Yuma Boakai, to the United States of America, where we reside currently, and they started sewing some suits. The China paper whole
yes.
Night.
Indeed.
They made the paper to appear fresh. It's super. The paper just looking good, just new money. Myself, we have saw my paper that I gave out. I couldn't even see the man in the new suit there. The slim suit there. When you eat slim suit, when you wear slim suit, and then I made a slim shorty, then you can be getting that.
So that mean in fact you are talking about before the inauguration, right?
Before the inauguration,
I remember those photos that were flying around.
You know, back in the day before no disrespect what I chew, the president used to wear President Joseph Yuma Boakai at that time when he was running, and when he became president-elect, before being sworn into power, before the inauguration. Before they came
to us, you the old stories. They can story coming program today again. Now I'm asking more questions. Because one question go ahead.
Hula straws are there. And the hula straws are there. They call it Vrukutu transit back in the day. PP transit. America say no. America, a couple of people say no. We know carry America and face you.
Oh.
So the king, the brother, the slave suit, the Papa start eating.
Okay.
So start making young boy jealous too. So young boy is the Papa do fry in the town. The man that take power, the man looking super like that. But listen, I told them to explain tire because anyway.
So my question to you, Steve, is that my question to you is where are all of these suits that you've been talking about? Because mind you, we saw these photos being parading on the internet about our president-elect Badeno, you know, when he was doing measurement for inauguration. And so, but then at the end of the day, we saw the president in an African club or something. So,
my brother, when the Papa, let me make it simple before we get to the news and all.
Yeah, make it simple.
Like that. So Jara people then brought nose behind and said the Papa can be eating new blade. So the Papa said, okay, I'll give you someone at 30. I will come with my old African clothes and fool you. But when I go for occasion there, and I said that time I see Joseph Boakai wearing African suit. When was the last time you saw him with African clothes? The Papa always tie a suit in a European thing. But when you were running for campaign, when you were having on, and he's wear that little hat and an African shirt.
Simple.
Soon the man became president, man, European 99, then you see the level. Oh, when you call it, when the man is going for interview and go other places, then they say the man are traditional man and the man understand the country and they don't lie. And you see the man will sit down with typical African clothing, the attire, you know. Now take one, you know, in Lofa, that one of the things, that one of the gifts they can get, that one of the things we can wear. Where to take one, you know. I even got a couple of them. My auntie and my uncle gave me some. So, you know, even though I don't wear my own leather, I can wear it on BB occasion. When I want to be bored to identify the tradition, the culture. And I got me well on the show. But soon as where they go, soon as man win, they may throw all the chair there, the African chair away, then I scan. All I didn't want on his own level. By the way, folks, let's share the show. Maybe we got a lot to talk about today. You know, before you came on, I asked a question. Maybe you were muted. Before you came on, I asked a question. I want to ask you the question quickly, and then you give us updates from Liberia. When you came on, I asked a question. I asked, where are all the Christians? They're praying and speaking. Where are all the Christians?
No, I had a question. That was the main dream of drink.
Where are all the Christians who've been praying and speaking in tongues for Israel and Israel Madrid and Israel Madrid? Are they still praying for Israel? Because Israel just fire at Iran yesterday. Israel not same prayer to Iran, the same bomb. They don't say Holy Ghost fire to bomb. So what you say about that, my man? You the incoming deacon, what's your story?
Thank you, Steve. Like for example, during our normal broadcast time right here on Truth FM, when we're on the radio, I think between 12 to 1 o'clock this afternoon, I was also talking about that. Also giving some of the foreign news, talking about what been happening, you know, in the Middle East, especially between that Israel and that Iran and so on, and you know. But thank you for the question. You know, my brother, I think most of our people, this will be an eye opening for some of our people, right? Because even the Bible said, the Bible that we believe in, that we trust, that we read, it says faith without work is a dead faith. So that don't tells you that if you not put your hands to work, if you not go after what you want, with all the maybe the mindset or what you have to say, oh yes, I want to become maybe a journalist, I want to become the Steve, I want to do this, or maybe I want to do this, I want to do that. If you don't work hard, most definitely you won't become, or maybe you not reach that, you know, that peak that you want to be. So for me, what happening right now it's just clear that all of us who are Christians, be a Christian and Muslims, because mind you though, all the fighting right now that are going on, is both between nobody. There's no religion war, but all the people are fighting. Some of them they are Muslims from Israel. They are also bombing. They are Christian from Iran. They are also bombing. They are just mix. So it's like both Christian, Muslim, no, even no Christian, all the people, everybody just mix and just fighting. So for me, that I see it. But the only thing I can say in this thing is that our people back home, Liberia, yeah, Steve, and to all of you, like I was telling somebody this morning, we gotta start focusing on how to produce food.
My man.
Because the war that is coming.
My man, our president said we're able to feed the entire world. We're able to feed the entire world. So
because this war that is coming, my brother, is a technology war. Like for example, you. Oh, okay.
Do that thing because the reason I'm saying the reason I'm telling you that thing is because at Joseph time, at the time farming king and all the other extra things. Let me tell you something, my brother.
Why will you survive?
My man, Labrador is
Labrador
is a serving. No, Labrador is a serving. No, we are serving.
No.
We are serving.
No, still not serving also. Still not food here. Still we don't get food.
No, every school they were yelling the other time in the Senate there. How they and y'all clapping for them.
See, we don't get food. Let me be frank. We don't get food.
The president said you're able to feed yourself sufficient. The president said the PDC. That me talking, that Melbourne, that Mount talking. The president said
no food here, my brother.
Listen, he never said it to a local radio station. He never said it to one of the community radio stations in Liberia. He said it to the word BBC, that small radio station for a president to go and sit down there and just talk, thinking that he didn't even know what's going on with confidence. So y'all get food. As far as we're concerned, we'll be coming to ask Liberia to help us.
So they not go back now to the former president Charles Gangetera. During Charles at that time, there were sanctions on Liberia. There were a lot of things on Liberia, but at the end of the day, corporate rate was 215.
My brother.
215. Even the Kobo at that time was 30 to the federal.
My brother.
But right now, where we see, Steve, you stop making a thing. No food here.
My brother will come and bring monk in quickly so we can hear from you what is going on in the country. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you today. Let me tell you. We agree. Let me sum all this thing we're talking up. We agree. We agree. No food in that closet can be packed. No food the chilling that going on. No food, no getting looking fine. No food. You start wasting our time, man. No food. You get lawyer then. You get judges then playing with tampering with an attempted murder case. And the man walking away. You know what I'm saying? I just said no food. Food in the country, my brother. Food wasting in the country. Food is surplus in Liberia. We'll be asking you to give us food. Monk, let me hear from you, my man. What's up? Welcome to the show, Monk. It's good to have you on, bro. Everybody keep asking for you.
Yeah, I mean, my inbox was flooded in the past couple of days, but I don't think I'm going to do the show like to the end of the show today. I just wanted to tell everybody that I'm okay and trying to get some rest. And it ain't been easy, but I will update the audience as time goes by. But it's a little bit tough. I'm just in my corner watching what's happening all over the world in Liberia, like too much happening at the same time. The global politics, the domestic politics, Yeke Kaluba interview. I'm still following events. It's just that I'm not too into them. I'm just watching from afar.
Yeah, but Monk, like I said, welcome back. Very excited. Very excited to have you on. Very, 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 very excited to have you on. I mean, what say you? I know we talk about prayer is not a strategy, but we've been praying for Israel. I know we've been having special prayers and all the other instructing for Israel. But Israel launched last night. All the Holy Ghost fire and we've been making up for. Maybe Israel heard it. Netanyahu heard that we've been sending Holy Ghost fire, so he just put everything together. And that the Holy Ghost fire he gave to Iran last night. What you make of it?
Well, they were going to respond. I expected that. The worst thing that happening on the international stage is this idea that nobody respects American powers anymore for some reason. That allies and people that are on the other side that they used to yield to America's demand. Those days seems like they are gone, or maybe it's a foreign policy. You know, when America won Iran not to strike at Israel, because what led to this whole thing was the Israeli striking the post. They said there was an embassy. But the Israeli intelligence said, no, that was not an embassy. It was a military post disguised as an embassy. That's what it did. Right. So the Biden administration told the Iranians to not further escalate the situation, because it was the same thing that the Trump administration did with General Suleiman. It was not an embassy. That's why they use proxies to do their dirty work. And it was the very same thing that the Israelis struck again. But they told the whole world that was an embassy. The Israelis said that's a damn lie. It's nothing close to an embassy. It was where they were coordinating military attacks from Syria and other places. That's why we struck that particular area. Now, when the Biden administration warned the Iranian not to strike back to avoid escalation, nobody listened to Biden. I mean, the last time the Saudi king hung up phone on him, but you're not yet in the media anyway because they control the media. The Iranian could care less about calls coming from the White House. They launched more than 250 some more rockets, including drones, on the Israeli. And the Israeli were very successful by bringing down 99% of the attack. And people knew that Israel was going to reply. And they did that yesterday by striking their studying or city in central Iran that produces that drone and near the nuclear facility. So they are telling them that we are watching you, and this is our way of paying back. So we'll be waiting to see what the Iranians will do later. You know, that's just what it is. Okay. And the Biden administration was telling the Jewish people, say, oh, you know what? Since you were successful in using your Iron Dome system that got rid of 99% of the rocket, including the drone, saying you're successful, that's a win. The Jewish people say, you crazy? What do you call a win? Somebody throw a punch at me. I was successful in dodging the punch, and you telling me not to retaliate because I was successful in bringing down their rockets. So you call that a win? We're going to hit them back, and that's exactly what they did. So I tell people in America, it will get hot this summer because it's an election year in America, and people will be trying to influence the outcome of election in America, whether it's Iran, whether it's Russia. For the first time today, I heard the people from the Pentagon saying that the Russian might end up winning the war in Ukraine, because everything is going to their favor. So all the billions of dollars we've been dumping there is just a waste. It's just a destruction, the loss of property. And at the end of the day, the Russians are going to come. The Russians are going to come on top.
But Mark, to speak about that, the Pentagon have spoken in that context. Let's be quite honest. Politics has been played in order to stall the Ukrainian for not getting the aid that they need, especially with the Republicans playing games, and I'll say the American government at large, it seemed to be this little tit for tat and holding on to these monies and so forth. So what do you expect?
Well, the Ukrainians are only losing because of money. They are we've been dumping money there, hundreds of billions of dollars, and the outcome is not seem favorable. You know, at the end of the day, Russia will come on top because Russia is more of a superior military force than Ukraine. And there is a red line. You know, NATO is not going to get involved, and the Russians even want America, you cannot get involved. So whether you send the money, whether you send the resources and the rockets and all the Patriot missiles and all this stuff, at the end of the day, it will still tilt in the Russian direction. So the question you're going to ask yourself, how long can we keep dumping resources? Because the Russians get a red line. If NATO get involved into that war, it's World War III. If America gets involved in World War III. So at the end of the day, your hands are also tied. So the logical thing to do is to find a peaceful solution than the thing that you can win militarily. Ukraine is not going to win Russia, whether you like it or not.
Well, that's a great point. But we also have to consider the fact. We also have to consider the fact here that this will further embolden the Russian, and they could attack NATO. I was listening and reading a piece from one of a German expert. You know, he's expert in military and so forth, and he basically was predicting that should Ukraine lose the war, that will embolden Russia to move further into Europe. What is your reaction before we hear from Mr. Sibu Khan and welcome him to the show today? What is your reaction?
The Russians are not dumb, and the Russians know that they are treated their whole NATO together, that when you strike one, you strike all. That's one of the reasons Russia prevented Ukraine from being part of NATO. It's also one of their conditions. Russia know militarily NATO is a superior power. If you combine that with American forces, it would be a problem for them. If the Russians wanted to struck NATO, they would have struck NATO a long time ago. This thing is much deeper, a more of a underground stuff that is happening in Russia and Ukraine. I told you people from the beginning, Russia and Ukraine is almost like China and Taiwan. Ukraine is too strategic to Russia. At the end of the day, whether it would take 20, 30, or 40 years, the Russians will still get what they want in Ukraine because they just won't let Ukraine to go. And don't forget, there is something they call mutual assured destruction between the US and Russia, that the day they enter into war, there will be no winner. They both will become a loser. By the fact that they got so many nuclear as not to isolate either country. And you know America will not go into a war with Russia. And Russia will not go and attack NATO as a force. So the question is, look, Steve, I keep asking people, if we can put all the satellite, all the technology into being, into focus, that the human being is so intelligent, you're telling me that just simple conflict that we cannot settle it. Look at what happened between Israel and Palestinians. People who were considered cousins that stood together and fought other forces from the Persian Empire to Mesopotamia. Ukrainians, or Palestinian and Israeli, they fought together. But guess what? The same politicalization, the same people trying to take advantage of people. Look at what happening today. Are you telling me that we are more sophisticated as the greatest creature on this planet with the most sophisticated computer, because no computer comes to the human brain, that we can put satellite into space, but when it comes to a little land dispute, that we cannot solve it? It's a disgrace to humanity. And that's exactly what will happen in Ukraine. People will die, you will cause more destruction. At the end of the day, one side will end up taking the spot because they are just so powerful.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll stop there for now.
Mr. Kane, welcome to the show. How are you? Happy Friday to you.
Thank you. And Mom, welcome back.
Yeah, I'm not with you guys all day. Like, I'm so beat up. Like, I got to take some sleep while, like, the inbox, the messages are going were just so much. Also, the higher can operate SK2 will go for 1 day or 2 days. But so I was forced to come at least to show me, got to tell the people that I stay around.
So, Business Monster, you see now, right? Sometimes he will be accusing me falsely. Oh, Raymond, where are you? You don't even know sometimes something I'll go through, right? Thank God, and welcome back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Good.
All right. So, I want to say thank you to Steve and Brazilian Monk and Mabon for keeping the show going. I think when you are Trump supporter, you get Trump mentality. Brazilian Monk and Trump are synonymous. Donald Trump mentality is what Monk is carrying.
Oh, okay.
And I don't fault him for that. Otherwise, nobody on this planet Earth will say that at the end of the day, Russia will win the war in Ukraine. Nobody thought that Russia will even go 10 days without being able to overrun the entire Ukraine. That they would have been in Kiev to change the government. Now we passed 1 year. Not only we passed 1 year, Russia has received some devastating losses in the process. Hundreds of thousands of military personnel, to the extent where they got to go to the prison compound to release people to put uniform on them to go to the war front. So to just assume, to look at the military size of Russia and assume that they can just walk over Ukraine, or at the end of the day, Russia will still win the war. If that was the case, by now, Russia finished winning a long time ago. Mind you, Russia is fighting Ukraine as Ukraine. America is in there, and Russia knows that America is in there. Like you said, Russia don't want to attack America or NATO. Likewise. So at the end of the day, Russia will continue to fight. Ukraine will continue to defend themselves, and they approve, and the House passed the 61 billion today for Russia, for Ukraine, and forwarded to the Senate.
So Mr. Khan, I beg you, please, on that, please elaborate on that a little bit. So you are saying the current speaker, even though he's been threatened by his party, he went to Mar-a-Lago, met with Trump most recently, but he is insisting on doing what is right as opposed to playing politics and trying to make the current administration look ugly.
Yeah, and at the moment of fact, he's been threatened by some Republican to go against, to even remove him for working along with Joe Biden government to let some things pass, including, keeping the government, and also this whole 61 billion and other 20 billion in, I don't know how many billion, but Ukraine is the highest,
So
you want me to conclude? You want to say something, maybe?
yes, because I wanted to respectfully disagree with some of your talk against Bizina, because myself, I have my own take on that.
No, let's go ahead.
Let me
why you want to
Yes.
No,
let me go ahead.
Oh, but today not easy.
Okay.
You want to give me chance, you don't want to disagree. All right, let me end my thought. Then you can respectfully disagree, Mr. Trump supporter. But what I was trying to say in short, the war is not fair. The war at large.
Yeah.
No fair play. They can, whether Democrat or Republican, they can frown on some things in Ukraine, and they have no problem of those things in the Middle East.
True.
If 100 people got killed in Ukraine, they can be so alarmed by that. But 30,000 can be killed in Palestine. It's not a big deal. Russia got to, they will say, Israel has the right to defend herself.
True.
Similarly, they will allow Israel to do certain things to her neighbor, and the United States and other world power will say it's okay because Israel is doing it in self-defense. But if Russia is doing similar thing, they will say Russia is wrong. Russia is, causing problem, and they will go against Russia for that. So the war is not just fair, and it's all about money. It's all about interest. It's all about power. We can only say what we know based on, general information available to the public. But deep down, everything we are talking, everything going on right now in the world, it's all about interest, and it's no fair play. It's no fair game.
Fair game.
Yeah, decisions are driven by a couple of things. Money, first and foremost, power, and religion.
Yeah.
It's fact. Yeah, so there's nothing we can do to change anything, but at least we can, for educational purposes, we elaborate on some of those things just to clear the air, and not for everybody to just succumb to more brilliant analysis, thereby giving strong analysis to our people, thinking that
that's not Trump. Those are the military strategy for the Pentagon making their statement.
Going there and throwing there, they feel they are Russian people there. They are Russian supporters there. Whereby we, the American people there, we support America. See the problem? Because of money policy, America kind of lost her standing in the world. Because Donald Trump,
we lost our saying. That was the complete opposite of what happened, because we were there.
In the war,
yeah.
In fact, Donald Trump wanted to withdraw United States from NATO. He wanted to withdraw United States. He withdrew United States from the climate change treaty. So anything that can empower the United States around the world, Donald Trump say America is not police of the world. So they're not going to, they're not going to allow America to spend money or do other things in other country, thereby America losing her power and leverage.
Donald Trump came up with an idea in the 90s. In the 90s, we signed something called the Budapest Memorandum, that if you want to fund NATO, everybody should contribute 2% of their GDP to support NATO militarily and financially. We signed that agreement. Now, Trump told him, if you do business with Russia, then you are not an enemy to Russia, because Russia is only strong. They sell oil, you buy their oil, it means they will buy military equipment. If Russia cut off a supply to you from fuel, your whole economy will freeze and you will die. How can Germany, France, and other countries be buying Russian resources, and at the same time you want for America to babysit you to fight against Russia? It makes no sense. So what the Trump doctrine was, make peace with Russia so that there can be no fight in Europe, and their whole idea of NATO is absolute. Or if you don't want to make peace with Russia, then pay your own military bill. But the taxpayer, American dollar, will not be spent on Ukraine for us to babysit you in the name of fighting war from the same people you buying your energy from. It makes no sense. That was the Trump doctrine.
But the entire war been fighting and supporting Ukraine, not just the United States.
I mean, how much you know that they can give? Why they always coming here for billions? How much they can give?
Germany and the UK and France, they've not only that they've been giving money, but they've been supplying military equipment.
The last time I checked, it was not 2% of their GDP as opposed to the.
They've been supplying military equipment. They can.
But then I don't think it's going that far, because even the Pentagon people are panicking right now, and I don't think they are Trump people either. They just seeing the reality.
so quickly before we go off the radio with True FM, because I don't know if we have the time to do it.
Radio Farmer is here.
Yeah, we'll be on Radio Farmer. But I don't know. I'd like for us to transition into Liberia. I know we've been talking about international politics.
So quickly before we transition, because said to Sekou that I respectfully disagree with some of his talk. That may because you were talking about Russia, and I agree with me on some that if Russia wanted to maybe take over Ukraine, they're going to do that maybe in less than 1 week.
But mind you, though, I'm not saying they want it. So don't misquote me. That's what they want.
If they were able to. No. Then I mean they're able, but why?
They're not able to.
Excuse me 1 minute. No, I come in.
No, but don't misquote me. Just say your own.
All right, so good. So yeah. because they don't want to destroy Ukraine. One thing that you get in mind today is that Russia don't want to destroy Ukraine.
Well, so because of that, the destruction they have done to Ukraine, what are you talking about? Are you following what you know what you're saying? They don't want to destroy Ukraine when they finish destroy the infrastructure, the fabrics of the country.
They're just fear tactics. All of these things that are happening is just about fear tactics, because they don't want to tell Ukraine that Ukraine, we want you, we want to control you, we want you to be part of us. I think that I see it for me. So I let me start with Regina Monk. That means because look, yeah. What happened, Regina Monk?
Russia, Ukraine turned all her nuclear arsenal over for the sake of peace to get NATO's and US protection. Okay. And Russia got more nuclear warhead than any other country on the planet, including the US. If you believe that Russia really want to destroy Ukraine, somebody can stop it when Ukraine sit right on the backyard.
Russia will not be able to do that because they will be doing it at their own detriment. and not because they love Russia, Ukraine, not because they're afraid, or not because they think that they can't do it. But the reason why they cannot do it, they are unable to work on Ukraine the way they wanted to, and they go extra mile, then they will crush the red line, which will involve Ukraine, not only Ukraine, but the entire Europe, and involving the NATO and the United States. So Russia doesn't want any confrontation with the NATO.
Sekou,
let me tell you something. All the things talking right now, Russia cannot fight NATO. If Russia tries to fight NATO,
and NATO cannot fight Russia,
NATO can destroy Russia in a split second.
And what you think?
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
No. Sekou, what? Look. Then you see, but I know we're going to transition. Steve quickly because Sekou is not doing justice. Let me be frank. Sekou is not doing justice. Russia don't want to destroy Ukraine. Yes. I've been fighting the war. I've been fighting the war from the one. Yes. Why?
The reason NATO invited US to be part of the alliance, they know that even when they combine their forces, they still cannot defeat Russia. So they still need the help of America.
Why is it
no, let me finish, Sekou. And Russia drew a red line. Russia drew a red line for NATO, saying Ukraine will never be part of NATO. So if you think that NATO was so powerful, why they can't defy Russia and put Ukraine in NATO?
Okay. So now the same question comes to you. Why is it that if Russia is so powerful, NATO poses no threat to Russia? Why is it that Russia is afraid for Ukraine to join NATO?
Because we keep saying that you said it from the beginning. It's about business, it's about resources.
And
I told you
that would empower Ukraine that any threat, any attempt on Ukraine, that will be an attempt on NATO, and NATO will just destroy Russia.
So technically, everybody is afraid of everybody.
Ukraine to be part of Russia.
So Melbourne is right.
Ukraine and make Ukraine more powerful and more stronger.
Sekou, if that is the case, then Melbourne is right. US is afraid of Russia, Russia is afraid of US, US is afraid of NATO, NATO is afraid of Russia, Russia is afraid of NATO. So if we are three in the ring and we are afraid of each other, then there should be no need for war. Let them make peace.
That's the reason why Russia need to withdraw and stop the attack on Ukraine. You see that? That's the reason.
Folks, this is what makes
SKTV, right?
SKTV is a little different from other platforms. I know there's a lot of politics into this whole war and so forth. I'll play devil advocates and I'll be the neutral guy here.
Yeah.
Paul Lauren will just sit by and just watch your geopolitics, especially in the West. But Mr. Kane, Monk, Lawrence, let's transition to Liberia. Let's just put a general question out there. Do you guys think, and can you affirm today, being the 19th of April, 2024, can you guys affirm if the Unity Party and Joseph Yuma Boakai are able to deliver, keep, or maintain any promise of change that they campaigned on, based on just keeping all factor constant for in 3 more days, we'll make it 90 days since Joseph Yuma Boakai was inaugurated as president, just from what you see. Some people, please, let me get a flip side of this question. Some people might say 90 days too small for you guys to just do this broad assumption and so forth. What say you guys? What are your reactions? Well, let's start with you before we go to Sekou quick. Let's start with you. What will be your reaction? What say you?
Steve, for me, I got different way of analyzing things. For me, I'm a pragmatist. I don't believe in too much ideology because when you're leaning into one idea, you don't see things from the bigger picture. I said it from the beginning of this show that the whole idea of 100-day deliverable or the 100-day benchmark that is set around the world in politics is not that you can attack a country's problem in 100 days, but there are certain moves that you can make to give people an idea as to how your administration would be like. If anybody believes that Joseph Boakai was able to get his job done, I think just following Amra Conan, you will get a sense. That's why I keep telling you, geopolitics affect local politics. Amra Conan posted 2 graphs on his Facebook page, and Amra Conan is being the most fiercest critic of Joseph Boakai. I don't know whether he's doing it for political reason, because the article that I read, it's like Amra is literally saying that Joseph Boakai is not capable of executing the job. But then you ask yourself, why you supported him? You one of the major players on the rescue train. Because Amra is saying that the executive order that Joseph Boakai passed concerning the reducing, I don't know, subsidies or whatsoever he gave, it will only benefit the importers, not the average Liberian. And he said campaigning is different from governing. So he literally sending a signal that I'm not convinced that Joseph Boakai is able to execute the job. Because if you're telling me, Amra is telling Joseph Boakai that the incentive you are giving to the importers it also have an impact on the government ability to generate revenue, which would be a budget shortfall to the tune of $14 to $25 million on average. So the same money you'll be collecting to pay to execute your arrest agenda, how can you be undermining in terms of revenue? So technically, Amara Kono is saying that Joseph Boakai is not capable of executing the job. That's just what he means in the short term, because he was making analysis how the current price for crude oil is been increasing, because why you having, Iran is a major player when it comes to the global oil supply. So the last 6 months, we can say that crude oil price has been going up. So, and it's going to affect the local economy all around the world in terms of the price of goods and services and everything, because the whole world is run by energy. So, I don't have to repeat myself. I know it will just be here and there, but I will tell the average Liberian, from what I'm seeing from my own assessment, that this rescue train is already off the track. There is no, I can't make any future projection to give you a positive outcome that things will get better. Because even the spoon talk, they were asking who is actually in control. Look, one statement Amara made our government confused. Amara said Joseph Boakai got more political advisors that work with him in the mansion than any other president in history when you look at that combined experience. But they are making decisions like, he asked, where is this so-called experience? Because the people, there was no president that hired more political advisors than Boakai. So he's literally saying that you're supposed to have experience. That's one. You hire more people that claim to have experience, but look at the result you are giving. So I'm not going to, like, I think he's throwing the towel on the Joseph Boakai administration. You can make your own conclusion all you want, whether he positioned himself at 2029. But for me, I think it's the reality. And that's just why it is. I have no positive outlook for the Boakai administration moving forward. I just believe he's not in control and he's not capable of executing the job. That's a reality, whether you like it or not. That's just a fact.
Okay. Mr. Kane, what say you? What say you to this general question?
Yeah, so first of all, my attention was drawn to something very, very important. The write-up yesterday from some senators writing the Senate with the statement that Joseph Boakai government is violating the Constitution of Liberia. The Joseph Boakai government is violating the procurement law. Joseph Boakai is already engaging in spending before the budget is approved. Senators writing the Senate plenary to, in fact, asking them to pull hot to the contract that they already approved and start spending on before the budget is approved. They are saying, under our constitution, all contract, loan must be approved by the legislature. But yet they are saying Joseph Boakai already started spending money before the budget is approved. So they are telling them to stop. And they highlighted, because, given what I have seen from the yellow machines and other road network and road connection or potholes that they are closing, they are working on, I would have given actually Joseph Boakai government a plus when it came to the no car hitch in the mud idea. No car stuck in on major road or major highway. But then only to find out that they are not even doing that the right way either. And then, moreover, the senators that signed that document that Joseph Boakai was proceeding wrongly, that Joseph Boakai was violating the Constitution of Liberia, that Joseph Boakai was violating the procurement law. In fact, they even stated in that communication that Joseph Boakai government did the same thing Joe Yarden did. You remember the Bulgarian company contract for the port of Grand Bassel, for the port of Bikiana? Then had issue with it after the other guys, Molba Molu, then Alcala, the other guy got it finished. They went, they took $3.5 million from the Bulgarian company.
Yep.
The argument Mageden came with they have seen argument on here that the procurement law, in order for contract to be awarded to anybody, that contract should be published. It should be up for competition between countries, institutions, and businesses who wants to take it. Then Liberia will give it to the person that will benefit the Liberian people more. They say that was not done. The procurement law, the procedure were not followed. In fact, they are saying that everything that happened, everything that Joseph Boakai is doing right now is against the Constitution, Steve. That's not even to talk about achieving anything on the 90 days. The senators can get together and write saying that Joseph Boakai is not following the Constitution, that Joseph Boakai is violating the Constitution. And then at the bottom of that communication, Steve, senators then that are named were mentioned as signatory to this document. We have Senator Nutanya Maggie B. County, Simeon B. Taylor, Grand Cape Mon County, Bezonga Finley, Grand Bassa County, Abraham Darrell Dillon, Montreal County.
Did he sign it? Did Senator Dillon sign it?
That is named in here. Let me look at the signature.
I don't think Senator Dillon signed that paper.
Yeah, but the name is there.
Sure.
I'm seeing his name there, but then the signature part of it.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing his signature here. But those were but he did not. I've not seen him coming out to denounce or deny being a part of this communication. He was on the radio today. I didn't listen to it. Perhaps he did or he didn't. But I haven't heard Dillon saying that communication, bearing my name, I'm not part of it, and I have no idea about it. It's nothing like that. That is to tell you, if one of the rescued uncle or rescue stepfather or rescue daddy, whatever the name is,
Rescue Light,
rescue candle, rescue candle, rescue whatever that is. We gotta tell you lie that real life or the lantern, whatever rescue it is. The fact that Dillon name is attached and Dillon is yet to say anything about it, it means that things are falling apart. And this is expected. This is expected. So if you ask me whether Joseph Boakai will change Liberia or deliver the change Liberia need, I think Joseph Boakai should be able to form a fitting government first and foremost. If he's unable to form a government, almost 4 to 5 months now since he was elected, before even taking office, he had all the time in the world to create, to form his government. Up to today's date, we informed you yesterday here that the list that came out, the latest list that came out, it didn't come from Joseph Jima Boakai. It was just sent to Joseph Jima Boakai. He said, okay. He has no clue what's going on. He has no clue about who was appointed to what position. These people were appointed by Yombly Geelong, and Prince Moy. And that document came from Yombly. After we contacted her to either deny or confirm the information about her role regarding the superintendent position in Grand Bassa County. And they rushed into sending that communication out the next day so that people who can SKTV will now go and talk about it. So that could have created some problem for them. So Joseph Boakai is not in control. Joseph Boakai is just president by name. But Joseph Boakai is not the one making decision. So for a government like that to succeed, it's going to be a problem. If these people who are making the decision, if they were in it, doing it in good faith, then you can expect something. But they are doing it with a plan for 2020. So they don't want to make anything good for Joseph Boakai. They don't want to make anything that will make the Unity Party to look good. The part that will make them to look good, they will make that to happen. But the part that will somehow present the Unity Party as a real government, knowing what they are doing, they're not going to do that. They'll always do something that will present the negative part of the Unity Party. At the end of the day, they're going to run against the same Unity Party and kick them out of power. That's the mindset. So the party is not going to go anywhere.
So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Let's bring Monk back on here real quick. Let me ask you this question, Mr. Kane, because yes, you answer the question. I don't know if you directly answer the question, but you brought an important point that we need to zoom in on and focus on for a minute. You are saying, and the Liberian people are listening, you are saying the oppositions have not even started or have not held this government or exposed this government. It is the same people that brought this government that are exposing this government and bringing shame to this government and pointing out to the Liberian people where this government is not doing what is right, by even stating that the president and the current executive is violating the Constitution. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So, and beyond that, the purpose of Joseph Boakai outsourcing his responsibility to the senators. They told Joseph Boakai, you didn't have to campaign. We will campaign for you. You don't have to do anything. Stay home. And after winning the election, they told him, you don't have to worry about anything. Focus on your health. We will do the job for you. They are the one making the appointments. The person from Joseph Boakai thought that who's participating in the appointments that Joseph Boakai's son. Joseph Boakai's son. But Joseph Boakai got no clue. I'm telling you this, and they know it's true. They know very well that we are telling the truth, but they don't like to hear it. Joseph Boakai has no clue. Appointments are made by Yombly, Prince Moy, Geelong, and even those names that were brought by Joseph Boakai's son. The ones that Yombly they agree with that what can pass. The one that they don't agree with, it doesn't pass before even making it to the Senate. And the ones, let me tell you something, there are a lot of other names that didn't require Senate confirmation. Those names, many of them were rejected outrightly by them, thereby replacing it with the names of people they wanted. In fact, the decision to fight seditions, to remove seditions from many positions, even tenure position, Joseph Boakai got no clue. Joseph Boakai was not consulted. Joseph Boakai just saw A and he agreed to A. People knowing that no, this will their new position. That's why he came back. He put hot for them to hold those appointments here. He's not doing it. He just got a name, and he can just be consulted to say, "This is what we do." He will say, "Go ahead." But Joseph Boakai is in control, so the government is already failing right at the door, and those who are questioning the government right now, stating that Joseph Boakai is already violating the Constitution, the money you are taking, the contract you signed was not approved by the legislature. That's a violation. Also, you did not follow the procedure and procurement law in awarding the contract to those companies. And they didn't even stop that. They numbered the companies. They named all the companies that got the contract. Some got 2.32 million plus. Some got 500,000. Some got 3 million without passing through the proper channel. So now they are saying they are calling on, they are now communicating to Yomli Kanga Lawrence now as the Senate Pro Tem to call the government attention to invite, they even call the ministry to invite the Minister of Justice and other relevant ministries and agencies to come and answer questions.
Wait, Mr. Kane, wait, because we need to take this thing, we need to take it very slow and easy so that we can understand. Are you saying these same lawmakers are setting Joseph Boakai in the Unity Party up, for immediate failure?
That may not be, I would not say it like that, but that's what the action implies. And I think they are doing their job, but they're only doing their job if it is not in their favor. But whatever favors them, they don't care about Constitution in that regard. Especially, let me tell you something. All of these things are about what they're supposed to get that they didn't get. It's all about money. They are accustomed to approving contracts, signing off, documentation, approving procurement and stuff with a particular fee be governed to them. Not because they're really constitutional or law-abiding lawmakers. But they are doing it because they didn't get what they expect to get. If they were going to get whatever they were getting, they would care less about the Constitution. So what is going on now? Dillon being part of that group kind of surprised some Unity Party Joseph Boakai supporter. Okay, Dillon being hypocritical. Dillon did not sign it, but Dillon's name is there. And Dillon have no problem with his name being there. So like telling the people, say, well, I'll be a part of it, but I'll not sign it here because that we don't brought it here. He's been very hypocritical. And that's who Darrell Dillon is. For time immemorial, when Dillon, under CDC government, Dillon will go to the people that tell and say, you know me, I'm from the opposition side. I know I don't have power, I don't get enough people to support my side, but I'm going to oppose it. When your party, you all will take it. That's how you consistently receive the $35,000 on all the budgets and all the money that all the lawmakers were receiving. He would tell them, say, I don't have no number, but I'll put up a fight. I'll put up a fight, but you will win it. But I can't leave my people. I got elected as the light, and I'm the light, so I'm not going to side with you guys, but you got the majority. You'll go for it. I will still get my cut, but I'm not going to vote for it because I don't want to go against my people. That's the kind of politics he's been playing. Now it's coming to light.
Okay, Monk. I know you've been following the conversation. This is I'd call it a dangerous and risk game that these guys are playing, not only with themselves, with the government they brought to power, that has been inaugurated for less than 3 months. In 3 days, the government will actually be 3 months old. What say you about these dangerous and risky games that you guys are playing? What's really going on?
They are not playing dangerous and risky game. Everything they are doing is calculated. I told you, whenever a political decision is made in Liberia, they take the vast majority of the voters into consideration. They believe our people cannot read the signs. They believe our people are not sophisticated enough to pinpoint whatever game you can describe it any way that they keep playing. We all knew, you and myself know that in this day and age, what it takes to govern a country. And we said it repeatedly. One cliche we got on SKTV, we say success and failure are predictable. They are now one shot even. These are things that build up over time and confirm itself later. It's almost like gaining weight. Steve, you don't gain weight one day. You don't gain weight 2 years. You don't gain weight 3 years. You gain weight over time, the accumulation of bad habit by eating junk food, and you see your body coming by 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds. And then before you make up your mind within 5, 10, or 15 years, you see yourself blown up by over 25 or 30 pounds extra. So you can tell your action is predictable. You can tell success and you can tell failure. These guys knew exactly what they were doing when they came with the idea of the rescue train. One statement Amara made, I like, this guy cannot be serious. He said, Joseph Boakai is in the habit of appointing chief accountant. There is something in government called corporate governance, that the board members should be appointing these people, not the president. So, well, I want to refer to Amara. I know Delon normally can't get the president, but Amara, he's the one, he made himself the face of this rescue train. He was all on social media crying, showing the emotion. And he the one that is doing more damage to Boakai than any senator I can see in this whole process. Amara is literally saying that Joseph Boakai doesn't understand even governance. That's why he's saying in an offensive way. And you see, Amara is a very smart guy. When you follow his post, he can take a dig at you. Are you noticing it? That the kind of president is. He got that kind of Obama-like kind of charisma. They can hit you hard. Except you are smart enough to know that they're hitting you. You won't know that they're hitting you hard. And that's exactly what he's been doing. He made this small 2-paragraph post. He put little graph here and there. But at the end of the day, he literally telling the people that in as much as our only rescue train, old men just don't know exactly what he's doing. That's why we are. Let me give you another analogy, right? Think about you, a soccer coach, and you were hired. You going against a formidable opponent like Real Madrid, the Champions League, and people expect you to beat Madrid. How can people expect to beat Madrid when you cannot even assemble your own team to beat Madrid? Now, let me give you one example. The Senegalese president that got elected, he spent most of the time in jail. Macky Sall jail, he think he could silence this guy. The moment the guy became president, within the first 2 weeks, that I come up with policy for reform. Joseph Boakai
and remember the feeling from your government. Mom,
yeah, he finished from the government and he was in jail. Can you imagine? Not even outside, but in prison. Think about a man that been in government for more than 4 decades, served as vice president for 12 years, was given all the time between the day they announcing presidential inauguration and up to now. He's still confused. It's only creating more chaos. Look, that thing is a foregone conclusion. That's why I was telling his information minister, like, bro, you can keep telling us to wait for time. I don't need 6 years. I can already tell you what will happen in 6 years. It's simple logic. I don't have to wait for 6 years. This thing is a foregone conclusion. The only thing you can think about now, who is positioning themselves to be Joseph Boakai's successor? And that's why the rescue train was all about. They put Liberia out of race with the expectation of gaining something in return. So is the look, I mean, you see, we play a video on this platform on so many occasions from Jeremiah Kuhn. There are things Jeremiah Kuhn said on our OK Evan were very, very profound before the election. That under no circumstance I can support a Boakai presidency. Because my dad once bought me tapas, but now I'm buying pimple for my dad. We mean cognitively. Joseph Boakai is not capable of leading the country, but guess what? When he was selected to be number 2 on Boakai ticket, all that was thrown out the window. That's the kind of Liberia we find in, that people will jeopardize millions of lives because they want to get ahead and think that they think it's like a jackpot. That's why you see happening in Liberia.
Yeah. So, Monto, even add to what you're saying. In this letter, they are saying that the Public Works Ministry awarded a contract of $21 million. And that $21 million, the budget is not being approved yet. So they are saying the $41 million that was given to you, supposed to be the money that you're supposed to be spending while the budget is to be approved. But given all the expenses that they outlined here, and then considering that $21 million contract awarded by the Ministry of Public Works, they're saying that it brings in a question as to where they are getting the funding from for the $21 million contract they are approving. They already carry on the process without the approval of the legislature. So they are saying where that money coming from. So it seems like Joseph Boakai already took money from a lot of different people, thinking that, outside the legislative process or any procurement process or processes supposed to follow. But, like I said, Joseph Boakai know nothing about what's going on. Those guys are doing it, and just Joseph Boakai taking the man here to put his stamp on it as a signature. That's what's going on. So, if the the CDC senators, along with the opposition senators, other opposition senators, if they have any spine, if they have any balls, this is time to show it. Because they have communicated with Nyomli, and the fact that Nyomli then the one that running the government. Imagine Nyomli is in Darwa Dillon pocket. But Darwa Dillon now joining other people to write Nyomli, to complain to Nyomli that they got a bad thing. Nyomli and Darwa Dillon really talking it here among themselves. They are close friends. They are partners. They work together. They discuss things. They make decisions before even going to other people. But yet now, Darwa Dillon's name is attached to the document, writing a complaint. So that is to tell you that this is a game. And normally should be already in the know. But yeah, y'all go and do it and send it to us. They will work on it. I can tell you.
But Mr. Khan, then what? Let me throw in this question while you're in your thought there. What should be possible expectation or outcome should the Senate plenary decide to act on this? Because constitutional violation, a big thing.
Okay.
What do you think is the possible outcome here?
The possible outcome, they will delay it. They will promise them some money. They will give them some money, and they will let it go. That's it. Just the same way they let go the $19.5 million discussion. Just the same way there's the same way they even while people are arguing, people will be making discussion about what to do with the $41 million they requested. It was approved right away, just like that. The reason is it's not about the rule of law. It's not about doing the right thing for Liberia. It's all about what they get and what they can get politically. What they can get cash in their pockets and what it will mean for them politically. All these speaks on the failure of Joseph Boakai government. Projecting that Joseph Boakai does not know what's going on. Joseph Boakai government is inept, so you better change Unity Party in 2029. And the best person who's doing it, the best person who's showing leadership right now, that Nyombli. So definitely, Nyombli should be the person to lead the country because Nyombli know what's going on. Nyombli holds Joseph Boakai government accountable. Nyombli the one that was running. Nyombli the one that was making appointment for Joseph Boakai. Nyombli the one that was doing everything for Joseph Boakai. At the same time, holding Joseph Boakai government accountable. So at the end of the day, the person who is qualified, who is a hands-on person in the country right now to do the work that Nyombli. So the law on the other side working at the same time, Nyombli is in control. Me, I'm very proud of Nyombli. Nyombli got the whole United Party under control. And she will project herself as the leader, the only leader capable of running Liberia before 2029 in the minds of her supporters, and those people within the Unity Party that believe in her. At the end of the day, Liberian people will decide whether they're going to go with the collaboration that will be with George Weah, Kumish, and other people, then no matter who is leading, or they will say, you know what, the rescue team is doing well. And even though Joseph Boakai was not able to do anything, but at least our rescue model is capable. So let's support Nyombli. That is the mindset. Try to set Joseph Boakai up for failure and present Nyombli as the alternative, and Unity Party will follow. That's the mindset. But it's not intended to do anything for Liberia. It's all about political game, and what goes to their pocket. It's all. But Joseph Boakai already failed.
So then before we go to the lines, let me ask this question to both of you. Before we go to the lines, let me ask this question to both of you. Should the opposition lawmakers be the ones to actually take this on, because it will show some sense of seriousness, as opposed to the senior senators running circles only because they want some personal gains?
If this was for the interest of Liberia, or in the best interest of Liberia, the number of people named listed on there will have been more. You will have seen all the senators, opposition senator name included in there. But this is not anything serious. It's all game. It's all about what they can get financially, and also to project Nyombli as the leader who is capable of not only supporting the presidency of Joseph Boakai, but at the same time being able to hold Joseph Boakai accountable. That's all. It's all politics. It's nothing serious. But at the same time, though, it will have negative impact on Unity Party and Joseph Boakai, because the more these things go on, proves that Joseph Boakai is incapable. Joseph Boakai does not know what's going on. A prejudgment. I mean, you think about this. Joseph Boakai, who served in government for more than 40 years, 12 years as vice president. If things keep coming back to you, then you're not doing it the right way. Whether it's appointing people to tell your position, whether it's creating some kind of, disgruntled people, calling them as a recovery, whether it's awarding contract without passing through the procurement process, or even allowing the legislature to approve. All these things are just projecting Joseph Boakai as being clueless, incompetent, and not knowing what time it is. So, in as much as it will have no positive impact on the Liberian people, but the negative impact of it is to present Joseph Boakai of not knowing what he's doing, present the Unity Party that they got nobody in the Unity Party that knows something. Only the people then who brought them, who helped them to bring them to power, are the one that they can only rescue Liberia. The real rescue will happen after Joseph Boakai says here. The other one, if any confused everybody. So that's what's going on. They already said Joseph Boakai of a failure. Unfortunately, Liberia is the one to actually suffer. So,
okay, Monk, what say you?
I think you can go to Liberia to take some calls.
Is there anything you want out of who go to Liberia to take a call to?
Man, just before you go to Liberia, I think Sekou said everything. When you are in Liberia and you live in that country and you have the expectation that your life is going to improve, you were screwed. You went to a casino sitting behind a slot machine with the expectation that you can beat the casino, when in fact the odds were in the casino favor. I can tell any Liberian, you can read the next 6 years off. You just wasted 12 years of your life. That the previous 6 years and Joseph Boakai 6 years added to your life, it's a consider it a waste. Read it off. Because we told you 6 years is not 6 months. It's not. We need to say on SK to revoke election. Once that ballot leaves your hand and go into that box, you're done. You are done. We can't reverse it. The elections are over. We are not going to relate to get election. That's why you were wrong. That is why you don't use emotion over logic. And guess what? I tell you that Liberia is now a normal society. In any country, in any normal society, that entire rescue train, no matter which one of them run for president, will not receive a single ballot. But I can guarantee you 95% of the time, those same people will go stand in line and cast ballot for the same people who set Boakai up for failure just to build a platform for the next 6 years in the name of a rescue train. And people will go and stand online in that country and go cast ballot for them. When they were won before, they are saying it happening, but I can bet you, guarantee, 6 years from now, the same people will tell you, you were thought tired when they dead that we care what I was saying. Even Joseph Boakai is dead, we'll carry him. I mean, we agree. So that just about it. And just before you start taking the course, our listening audience, I've been going for a few days, but don't forget the tradition. Today is Friday, and you know what Friday means on SKTV. We'll keep going back over our offering. You know, things getting tougher. We understand that. But things getting tougher in the US and other parts of the world. You know what happened in Liberia that is at the bottom of the scale. And you know what SKTV is mostly concerned about our guys over there. So Friday again, to our diehard supporters, to our regular contributors, and even new contributors, please chime in again today. Today is Friday, and we are getting to the end of the month as usual. Today is what, the 19th, right? So we got basically 11 days or 10 days to close the month for the new month of May. But anyway, we can take some calls and hear from our people. They got the power. They have a lot to say.
Yes.
Thank you, Monk. So Steve, what we'll do after taking a few calls, so we can update our people about. We're going to have another meeting, right?
Yes, we do have another meeting planned as soon as possible. But we'll give them an update.
But let's just make an announcement later on.
Yes.
Yeah. So my people, if you want to support us, you want to contribute, we have the same number. We want me to post it, I can post it again. But like Mon rightly said, we need the support as always. In fact, one of our supporters just is the one that actually reminded us about this a few minutes ago. Say today is Friday, we shouldn't forget to make the announcement. You know, sometimes we can forget because we can be carried, you know, by the conversation. But it's important that we remind ourselves. If you don't have it, no worries. If you have it, this is just a reminder to support SKTV as we all agree to do it like every Friday. Yeah, but Steve, you can go to Liberia. I don't know. You can go to Melbourne first, but Melbourne, I think Melbourne trying to put a septic together. And while we do that, maybe we can go to Lawrence. Lawrence being quiet today. I'm not sure. Lawrence, is everything okay?
Well, Mr. Kennedy, the body's not okay today, so that's why I just been quiet.
Yeah, I can talk. So let's talk after the show, okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Let me open the lines from this side. 0778 25 50 50. 0778 25 50 50. 086 02 13 02. Those of you listening, you can call this evening and be part of the show. Let me go to the phone lines. Our first caller is on the phone lines. Good evening. Your name, where you come from?
My name is Mother. I call from Monrovia.
Your name?
I'm Mother Brooks. I call from Monrovia.
Go ahead quickly. I hear you, Chief.
So, by the way of disclosure, I support this the past election. I'm clarifying with you the mode of your analysis is the same reason why we lost the election. Rather than being objective,
stop lying. You support
to the point where even internationally now when candidates come forward, she would more likely bury Mr. Cummings and put the both of them on the pedestal. It is true that the government is having some lapses. But to say that a 3-month-old government has already failed miserably, you can be okay to do that. That's insane.
Yeah, but you can be lying to my brother.
Thank you, my brother. You make your thank you, my brother. You make your point.
Lauren,
thank you.
He's a liar. That's fine.
Okay.
He's a liar. He's not an honest person. He's not an honest person.
086. Another caller is on the phone line. Let me see who is on the phone line. Believe me, I know where you come from.
Thank you very much. My name is Ghana. I'm calling from Banga City, this evening.
You call from Banga City, Bon County. Let you, Chief.
I like that.
So, Seku and the other guys on the other side. This is the same cheap propaganda that made and the Ghana government lost the election. Government that was just elected less than 3 months, you now start calling them failure. So, what a message you play that people will follow the Ghana government tomorrow? Is that the same failure message? You guys need to stop this. It will not work. You will not know who to follow in this country.
Yeah, but you're the right person.
Stop that, man.
Thank you. Another caller is on the phone line 2. Let me see who is on the phone line. 0778. Okay, this person is on line 2. Believe in your name, where you come from?
Hello, I'm calling from
You call me from where? You call for Grand Bassa. I'll hear you quickly.
Actually, Grand Bassa can hear we know what going on. What happened in Boakai? Grand Bassa is suffering, very suffering now. We know what to do here in this country. So people will always go there.
Thank you. Thank you. From Grand Bassa County. Another person, let me see this line here. 0778 25 50 50. 086 02 13 02. This caller. Believe in your name, where you come from? Believe in your name. You say your name? You call me from where?
From Bosa.
Go ahead. Let hear you quick. Go ahead. Let hear you.
Please allow Mr. Sheku with all our Muslims. Don't pray for the country. Please. Don't give people. Let's go forward. Please.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. I'll take 2 more calls and go to Melbourne to see what is happening from his angle there. 0778 25 50 50. This caller. Good evening, your name, where you come from? Hello, your name, where you come from?
I'm Kadiako.
Your name?
I'm Kadiako.
Okay, let hear you, man.
I just want to thank you guys for their program. And it's just really true to us. Things that is going on just really to us. I think Brother Steve can say we'll explain no everything. we started now. So let's keep bringing the truth to the light.
Okay. Thank you, man. Okay. Thank you. Okay, man. Thank you. I'll take one person. Let me see who is on this line.
So
okay, this
let me go to
hello.
My
no.
Okay.
Yeah, Nima, you come from?
You take the last one.
Your name? Go ahead. I hear you.
Okay. Thank you for the program.
All right. I think we're having some trouble with that. Let's go to Melbourne. Okay. Lawrence.
Yeah.
That person, just let it go. Let me talk to Melbourne.
The man host. Okay, thank you. You make a point. Melbourne, you can take control from the end.
Thank you. So let me go to my phone yet, or special line 1, and take this first caller to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Nebon. How are you?
Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel registering, and I joined the conversation.
It's kind of a little bit low for some reason.
Okay, good, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to say to you guys and Debo and Libo and the FTTV family, don't listen to the confused guys who have called on the radio and try to show you people their respect. The issue that we are going through is a period right now, less than 3 months. It's no longer about honorable police. It's no longer about former President George Manamuya. It's about us, the Liberian people, we the ordinary people. Come in the community. People is getting people everywhere. These old men are young brought here. And you want to hold on this man have 42 years experience, you come to change our life. What did they men do for us? They men passing around. You get people in control of the government. This man not even control. You in control of the government. And when people try to speak it, look, we are talking about safety here, about our land. It's not because you get around 400 out of West, or because you bring a woman in Minnesota, you go on the platform, you want to disrespect other people. Our country is not going nowhere. Honorable Boakai, the way they are proceeding.
That's the country.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's the country. I just like the way he said. People get 1 or 2 jobs, so they want to disrespect other people. So this caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. Go ahead, my brother.
The government is already failed. It's about to fail. We told the people that this president is unable to rule this nation, and people continue to go on the pool and vote for him. Even when he died today, we'll go for the casket. Today, we are in the casket. So, we don't blame anybody, we blame ourselves. Well, we're just asking our lawmakers to, write in a bill to impeach the president so that we can look for a competent president to
All right, thank you so much. So let me see. Bobby Allison, keep calling back to back. Bobby Allison, good evening.
Yeah,
go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead, you are loud.
You need to
go ahead, please. No time.
Yeah, let me just put some energy in his voice. That's all. We can hear him.
Are you guys getting me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. When I'm from the National Patriotic Party, MPP, that's my background, Charles Kanke. And I listen to you guys. We got Arizona province that is also from the southeast, where I come from, Refugee County. Preparing this man for the next leadership of this country. I would love for us to a little bit be soft with this government. Why is true? We want to check if this government award is good or bad. I would recommend that the government is still young and the young people still growing. So it's better to watch for the next 2-3 years then we can come up because the communists don't get the money put on the southeast.
There's not about Cummins, nobody preaching about Cummins politics or Bobby Allison. Then I will call you off because nobody talking about Cummins business.
No, Melbourne, don't do that.
Yeah, so let's call hello.
We can disagree with them, but they're allowed to conclude.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, brother.
No, don't say arrogant before I cut you off. Please.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the guy that getting angry with you up when the government is proceeding wrongly, then you proceeding to say why they will be stopping people from saying the reality because they are there slipping to cowardice. It is unfair. This is Mama Liberia. We love our country. Let me say this. I forgot I even call my name. Idrissa Somba. And I joined for my brother resident. You know, brother Melbourne, please, escape. You don't be deterred by these guys. They will kind of intimidate you, say a whole lot of things. What will get government yes? Government is proceeding wrongly. You say will get them yes, so they will damage our country. Is that the level we envisage? For God's sake, it is unfair. Let us stop this. Let narrow-minded way of behaving. Let us stop. It can be intimidating our senior brother trying to put our country on the rightful trajectory. Then Boakai is flip-flopping. No, we shouldn't say it. Is that fair? No, they need it by the boy. No, man.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll take one or two more calls, then we'll call it a day and cross over to our team. Yes, you know, we got to be frank. Just go straight to the issue. We keep saying this. Yesterday, Sekou replied to some of you. This platform is not for CPP, APP, or OPP. You go on this platform, go straight to the issues. For me, look, I'll not waste my time. Even though Sekou will come and reply, say, oh, maybe no. Some of us will not come on the platform, waste all of our time. Then you come a big quality or CDC, you know, the party. Or maybe
you know, that's who they are. We just gotta be patient with them.
We allow you to go through the issues.
Yeah.
So they call hello quickly. Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
I want Sekou and the rest of the guys to understand these are the diversity in democracy.
Yeah.
Why Sekou and President among them might not be impressed. There are others in Liberia too, because for some of us, the fact that Boakai can address the accountability issue. Because you can build a street with goals, you can bring all the company. Liberia problem over the years has been accountability.
Good.
Until you can do accountability, law ground code. I'm happy that the asset recovery are putting their eyes together to follow inland proceeding with the court. I lead the race of arrest, the search and seizure warrant. Accountability is our greatest problem. You face all the road will go and down. You bring all the companies. If at the first thing the road and down, there are malpractices, there are corruption in the bidding process. So accountability, I heard from the information minister that Boakai, a team of lawyers are about to send the declaration, the bill to the legislature because you had just received it. Until we can address accountability, Liberia will certainly go nowhere. What a commies, what a Boakai, what a whosoever.
Good. Thank you so much, my brother. So we got to go. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Well, not to be tracking people, you see. Bobby Allison tells me that in fact we totally against the government. How sure are you that in fact that when that move, Sekou, Steve, President Monk, and Lauren, we got to go. No time from our end.
Well, thank you, Monk. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can you guys just give us maybe 1 or 2 minutes to do our closing? Mr. Kane, what's your reaction? We'll go to President Monk and I'll give my reaction, and we'll hopefully leave the radio before we get
my own, just 1 minute. First of all, I want to say thank you to Melbourne. And Melbourne, these people, you just got to bear with them. We can disagree with them. Just allow them to end their thought. Whatever they say, just agree with them, let them finish. Then we have the time to respond to them. This is about educating people who do some education. When they come and prove they are ignorant, or that prove that we got more job to do. So allow them to finish their thoughts, and then we can educate them. That's all I can say. We shouldn't really cut them off or just shut them off, or not allow them to speak. But if they say something like insulting or saying things that goes against the platform or the radio station, we'll cut them off. But as long as they're making funny statements, proving that they're ignorant, all you do, allow them to finish, then you educate them. That's what I have to say.
Monk, what's in you?
You know, I'm not a psychologist, but I can understand human reaction. We are emotional beings. Nobody can question SKT when it comes to diversity of idea.
Yeah.
We open the platform to everybody. That's one of the reasons some of the audience left, because we bring it raw and uncut. And most of them cannot stand it. You see, the people who want to come here and pin SKTV like it's a Cummins TV, like the way they turn Spoon TV into a Boakai TV, these people are the frustrated one. They are the one that just noted that they fell for a scam. It's their way of showing their anger and resentment, but they cannot accept the fact that they made a mistake, that what we said from the beginning has been confirmed. So they're doing their anger, but it's reverse, it's in a reverse form. That's exactly what happened. You listen to the lady that called. The reason I came on the show today, let me say it before Melbourne leave. There was a guy who came in my inbox. He said, "Mom, you've been off the show for the past 3 days." I said, "Yeah, I'm doing something, a lot of things happening behind the scene." He said, "Bro, the reality," he said, "I'm a UP member, the reality is in. We can see it, we can feel it." He said, "I can follow your show, I can contribute." Oh, yeah, you're talking about contribution on Friday. He said, "That idea, what you talking about, Chinese buffet?" He said, "That's true." So when he started the conversation, I got confused. I said, "What are you talking about? What do you mean by Chinese buffet?" I said, "Because Chinese buffet analogy, I did it with Liberia, how people come there, they can just take things and get away." He said, "No, I mean Chinese buffet." He said, "You guys can look for all the good information you get, or can get eat." So I said, he said, on SK2, you can cook the food, just stay at the table, we can eat. That's why I can give my Tony Boy every Friday, because I got to tip the waitress. I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's what we do," but unfortunately, people will not see it that way. He was one of the reasons I came on the show today. I was like, you know what? Let me just show faith. Even the first 1.5 hours, I will be there today. And yes, and the guy yet calling, attacking me, but no, they are mad because they knew that it fell for a scam, and they can't accept the fact. That's just why it is. They know what's happening.
So quickly before maybe Sekou open the line here for us to discuss, well, folks in the diaspora, before Milborn and Lawrence can leave us, I'd like to say thanks to the leadership for both True FM and Puma. Thank you so much. Thanks to Milborn and Lawrence also for being part of the program, relaying the program. I say many thanks to you. I know Monk was trying to figure out from a psychological term what it means. What the guys are doing, simply they're projecting their feelings. Yes, that's true. They're disappointed, they're disenchanted, and so they decided to take their frustration on us who are pointing out the same thing that they're disappointed and disenchanted in. So again, I just like to say the joke is on them. For me, it doesn't really matter anymore. At first, I used to take these things personal when they call and make all these funny comments. But again, even when they comment inside in the comment section, I don't even look at them. I'm focused on the issues, and we have laid the issues here. This has nothing to do with Alexander Cummins, Tiawan Gonglo, or anybody else. Our goal is to focus on who is the leader now. The people that brought the leaders to us. We will hold all of them accountable. That's where we are. The day election comes, Alexander Cummins comes in the race, or Tiawan Gonglo comes in the race, we'll hold them accountable too. We'll let them know too that maybe they sat down through all these years and they said nothing. How can they, you know what I mean? But for now, our eyes are focused on the price, and we'll keep our eyes there. So y'all keep calling. We love the participation and engagements. Please come here. If they put $1 on your phone or they put $2 on your phone and you think you want to come and openly demonstrate foolishness, we'll welcome you. We don't have a problem. It's not an issue. That you spoiling your name, that you spoiling your family name, that you putting yourself on record. All of that. We saw Sidisha who used to be calling before when we told them that we are not doing well. We saw worse than this. They attack us. They disrespected us. Today, and some of them on the show here today, they can be here now. We know some of you will come home. We're not got a problem with you. Right now, you're still happy. You'll get NEJ. You'll keep it moving. We're not got no problem with you. And as long as the country continues to put dollar on your card, on your phone, or $5 for the rest of the week, that ain't anything. That ain't anything. They'll keep putting it there. But how is your life being impacted? That's the most important thing. But that kind is up to you. So we can take some calls from here, please.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I just wanted to quickly update since we announced people being coming through about two people came through on the cell, and then about, let me see, 1, 2, 2, then 3 people on Cash App. So yes, they just wanted to update that. Let me see the other question.
Yeah, we ain't even started yet. That's 5 right there. We ain't even started yet.
Yeah, so 5 people already donated.
Yeah.
3 Cash App and 2 Zelle. So I want to say thank you. And all of them are telling me to say no name, please. So I want to tell them thank you. We appreciate the support. So with regards to what we just heard, what we just listened to, I love it. It means that they are receiving the message. And they are so angry. They are so angry for the fact that we are pointing out the facts. The facts about Joseph Boakai not knowing what he's doing. The fact about the government showing some sign of failure before even her first 90 days. They don't want the Liberian people to hear it. They want to continue to fake it till they can make it. But then we, on the other side, we are not allowing that, them to do that. So because of that, they are not happy with us. I can understand. But our job, SKTV being SKTV, we are not here to favor anybody. We are not here to hate anybody or to go against anybody. All we are doing, we only give message. We want to inform the Liberian people as to what is going on as it relates to the way the country is being governed by those people who we trusted, who we entrusted with power to lead our people. If they are not proceeding well, it is incumbent upon us to tell the Liberian people how they are proceeding. If they are doing a good job, like I told you earlier, my feeling was like, I'm going to come here today to at least to say kudos to Joseph Boakai and his government for at least, it may not be 100%, for trying to, deliver on the promise of working on the major highways. Because we have seen a lot of yellow machines here and there. But then only to find out, even at that, they didn't do that the right way. The same senators, some of whom supported Joseph Boakai, are saying, in as much we actually support your agenda, your plan to build road, to fix road, in as much we applaud the idea, but you have to do it in line with our constitution and in line with the rules and with the rule of law. You got to follow common procurement procedure and processes. But for a government to award contract of 21 million without being approved by the legislature, you that is getting angry right now, you should be thankful to SKTV for bringing you this information for you to know how your government is working. So if you supported Joseph Boakai to be president, and you are seeing all these, lapses and, lack of focus, not following, simple rules and not adhering to the constitution, then you should be thankful to us for bringing irrelevant information to you so you can hold your government accountable, so you can ask them to do what is right. So you that voted for them, you can't regret your vote, so you can't be made shame in front of other people who say you were voting the wrong way. But instead, you are getting angry at us for helping you. If we don't help you expose the ills, who's going to do it?
Yeah.
You're going to have a bunch of sycophants out there. They're not going to say it. They want everybody to praise sing for Joseph Boakai. All we do is to expose the ills and thank God they always follow SKTV and they listen. So when we do that, they will get back to the drawing board and make some adjustment and put their act together. But then instead of you telling us thank you,
That's why I'm telling you more of a frustration. It's not that they are mad with SKTV. They are frustrated because the decision that they took is coming back to haunt them, and they just don't want to accept the fact that they were wrong. So it's reverse psychology they are doing. That's why they are mad. Because the last time I checked, the fiercest critics of Joseph Boakai are not panelists on SKTV. Yeka Kolumba is not a panelist yet. I'm Rakon is not a panelist yet. These are people that were the heart and soul of the rescue train. If they are telling you that the rescue train is off the rail, then how can you blame SKTV? That's how I know it's a frustration.
Yeah, true. And among, you're right. Following Amara Kone and reading through his post, some people may just look at the from the surface, but if you dig deeper and analyze it, you will know that Amara Kone has been one of the most fiercest, or critics of Joseph Nima Boakai.
Yeah.
And he holds no punches back.
No, he doesn't.
He holds no punches back, and he is very, 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 I would say, open with what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a smooth operator. He knows how to punch. Yeah.
Amara Kone, when Joseph Boakai was not doing well with his appointment, Amara Kone was one of those first people to come out and say, Joseph Boakai, this is not what you promised. You are proceeding wrongly. Get back on the right track.
Steve, hold on 1 second. Steve, the article you forwarded to me, which media outlet, because I'm not on my Facebook, I'm using my phone. I can't be having two screens at the same time. Let me just give it to Sekou. We read it so people can know what we're talking about. When how Amara Kone can hit Joseph Boakai. Just give me the outlet. Just the name I will find. Let's go continue talking.
It was an Inquirer newspaper.
Okay.
Quickly, and yes, I was listening to you while I was back here, Mr. Kane. I just want to agree with you that they come here and they listen. In fact, when we talked about Joseph Boakai, not even paying attention to the when he was vice president, he had the what do you call them, the disabled community. Joseph Boakai went to visit the disabled community.
77.
Yeah, he went to visit them. So they do follow. They don't want to give credit, but that's fine. They do follow. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. The things that we say here, you might not like how we say it, but we're not saying it to hurt anybody or to do anything bad. We're saying it to benefit the country and to make Joseph Boakai a better president. That's it. And you can blow it out of context and take it out of proportion. And we're not going to fall in lines with your prince in Washington. It's not going to happen. Some of you are sycophants by nature. You got certificates. You got degrees in being sycophantic. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody got a path of life they can choose. But you don't expect us to choose that path of life. That's not the right way to go. If you're satisfied with that, it's okay. Keep being a sycophant. Keep being a praise and worshiper. Nothing wrong with that. That's how you view life. That's how you restrict yourself. But to say we'll fall in, no. If Joseph Boakai does what is right, we'll let him know.
And also the fact that we are criticizing Joseph Nima Boakai on something doesn't mean we are enemy to Joseph Boakai. And nobody is saying that Joseph Boakai should do everything within 3 months. But in Liberia, we say, if the Christmas will be good, you can tell from the eve. You do not need a rocket science to know whether or not Joseph Boakai is proceeding rightly. Even those who supporting Joseph Nima Boakai, unless they are being sycophantic or delusional, but they will agree with you that Joseph Nima Boakai is not proceeding well. Whether it's the appointments, whether it's, not knowing who is doing what with the list, whether it is appointing people to positions that are still occupied, whether it is appointing 2 people in one position, whether it is appointing 1 person in 2 positions, deleting and subtracting, addition on the listing of appointments, whether it is the senators being appointed by Joseph Boakai to make his appointment for him. If you put all of those into context, you will realize that Joseph Boakai does not know what's going on. That's a fact. We are not the ones saying it. We are just reiterating what happened. It's like, recording it and coming here to say it to you. We are not making things up. We are saying exactly what is happening. Even those that work with Prince Johnson, or Joseph Boakai, the last of Prince Johnson, he came up clearly and told you that Joseph Boakai is not in control. He put all his blame on the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Sylvester Grisby. At the same time, Jacob Koluba, who fought to bring Joseph Boakai to power, spent his time and money and energy, came out publicly that Joseph Boakai is not in control, that Joseph Boakai has outsourced his responsibility for his presidency through Yomli Kanga Lawrence, what's his name? Other Senator Dillon and Prince Moi and other senators. So we are not the one that are doing all the things that you guys are doing. Every day you're making funny mistakes. Joseph Boakai himself came out and told you that when the military wife came to him to tell him their problem, their grievances, he told them, say, I've already made my decision. That means I don't care about your concern. And because he downplayed their concern, Joseph Boakai was unable to participate fully in the Armed Forces Day celebration. So that is to tell you whether it's Joseph Boakai or anybody in his government, they are not proceeding well. They have made tons of mistakes. Some are irreversible. Some of the mistakes they cannot really fix. For example, everything they say, every major thing they said that they were going to do within the first 100 days, we are few days close to the 90-day threshold. Some of it they have not even accomplished 1%. Some of it. If that is not a failure, how do you call that? Some of you are getting angry, it's too soon, you're calling the government failure already, and it may say just in 3 months. But it may set a benchmark. We didn't do it. The man said, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z in the first 90 days. So what should we do? We will hold him responsible. We'll hold him accountable based on his own benchmark he set up and said, this is what I'm going to do. If I don't do it, hold me accountable, hold me responsible. And that's exactly what we are doing. And I think Joseph Boakai and people that are around him will love what we're doing. But only their followers and bunch of circle friends will come here and insult us. But for me, I don't care. You insult us, we'll hold Joseph Boakai government accountable. You praise things for us, we'll hold Joseph Boakai government accountable. You donate to us, we'll hold your government accountable.
I know nothing will change.
You don't donate to us, nothing will change. Regardless. And to those of you who are so obsessed with Alexander Cummings, you can understand. And you are right. The reason why you are right, Joseph Boakai have proven everybody right who supported Alexander Cummings. People said, in fact, I didn't say it, but most of our guys on the platform here, they said it. They said if you hear anything, Unity Party or CDC going to the booth, they run away from it. And one of the major alternatives, we have all the other people there, we have Tewon Gonglo, we have, Sarah Beslow, we have Monu Clarence, Monuma, all the people. But everybody knew, among all of them, the best alternative at the time, the person that could change Liberia, the person that had the requisite knowledge, the technical know-how, and proven record was Cummings. You people said, no, Cummings, it was not his time.
Yeah.
Now you decided to go for the man who you get now. The time will expire, so you got to give it time. Let it be certain time.
It was dressed by dress. Seniority.
Yeah, exactly. So Liberal presidency was about seniority. You went for the, the less, the least competent person. Qualification is different from competency.
Oh yeah.
Joseph Boakai qualified. Qualification is different.
Yeah.
Competency is what matters.
Yeah.
And you went for the least competent person. In terms of energy, John Weir may not have the experience. John Weir may not have, the education, quote unquote. But John Weir has the energy that Joseph Boakai does not have. John Weir has a spine that Joseph Boakai does not have, because everybody John Weir said they were non-entity, they were bad people, they were not governmental material. Joseph Boakai accepted all of them, consciously or subconsciously. So, if you put George Weir or Joseph Boakai on the scale, George Weir is better than Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai is not healthy. Joseph Boakai age is not in his favor. His judgment is impugned severely by his health condition. Joseph Boakai never made any good judgment. You like him or hate him as a fact. From the time Joseph Boakai took over the Unity Party was dead. Unity Party was engulfed with a lot of controversy and destructive elements that started against each other, thereby even going to expel the president, the former president who served them for 12 years, who actually made Unity Party relevant. They were so ungrateful to the extent they went to expel her. Joseph Boakai harbored about 14 grudges against her for 12 years. And before the coming to being of the unit of the CPP, Unity Party was dead. It was the CPP that infused life into the Unity Party structure to give them life again, to make them a little bit important, to make them feel like a party again. But before them, Liberty Party was the fastest growing and most integrity party at the time. And then before we look, ANC became the fastest growing party. Unity Party was nothing. But because of the level of hypocrisy in our country, the level of hate and tribalism in our country, they decided to follow the tribal tickets. Who says people can come from America there, you can't even speak the people's language, want to be president for them. Who said, I don't want to be the person to bring Congo people close to power again.
Yeah. Those kind of statement, those kind of a divisive comment, like
Who
you've
said,
never seen anything like that.
who said our own ticket, our own period, we are the indigenous.
Yeah, indigenous ticket.
So Liberian people are not stupid. So for them, for these people, you know, the party support us. For them, if you speak good about Joseph Nima Boakai, then you want the good thing for Liberia. Then you're all Liberian. Then you're working together. But if you actually point to the ills and divisive ideology and tendency of Joseph Nima Boakai, then you are a bad person. If Joseph Boakai is proceeding wrongly, if you point to the failure and the wrongdoing of Joseph Nima Boakai, then you are now a Liberian enough. You are not patriotic. You don't love your country because you don't case behind Unity Party. Unfortunately, for you guys, some of us we are here and we are here to stay. We care less about how many of you come to watch SKTV. The thing is, we are on the radio in the country.
I know, that's the advantage. Now the social media.
And being on the radio in the country is 100 times better than the social media. Because the reason is, one of those countries, the minimum people in some of those countries is about 50 to 60,000.
Yeah, that's mostly the Southeast talking about that though.
Yeah. But most of the country, we have more than 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Out of that 100,000 people, if we are in all the countries in the country, the likelihood of having over 1 million people listening to you a day is very high.
It's possible, yeah.
You see that? So some of the radio stations then we can see and listen to around here, they can't even pass Mount Barkley. Maybe some of you know where Mount Barkley is. Maybe some of you don't know that between Kakata and Morovia, where they used to have the checkpoint. I don't know not about but now. Where the police used to have their checkpoint. Where when people traveling night coming to the city, when they reach there, the police would tell them to sleep and leave in the morning. Mount Barkley. When you pass there, some of the radio stations that they are boosting around here, they got 5, 10 radio stations, you can't even hear them, you can't even see them anymore, you can't hear anything. But thank God, we're covering the entire country. We have hundreds of thousands of people listening. So the few of you, the handful of you guys will come here. Oh, nobody watching you. We don't care. We care less. Yeah, that's good for us.
Yeah, this is just an alternative platform, right?
Yeah, this is just. Let me just say, I don't even pay attention to too much on watch us on Facebook. And now, Monk, you know, fortunately, for some reason, you know that our Facebook platform is growing. You know, sometimes we can even have more people on YouTube now more than Facebook.
On YouTube than Facebook, yeah.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Also, like you on the TV, because people won't put on the TV and watch it like a regular news.
So, and we got more people on YouTube, on Facebook, we happy. And we don't get it, we don't care. The one people are watching and listening to us. But through other means, on radio, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, on every other social media platform, we are happy. So, Monk, before we
give us an update so we know where our people are. They got to show up, you know. Today's Friday. You brought me on the show today, man. You can't make me shame, man. I mean, the inbox messages I receive are like,
yeah, the thing to come,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
not making the thing to come, but they're not making. So yes, I have 3 on Zelle, and then this other, okay, 1 on this other cash app, that's 4, and then the mean cash app. So that was 4, right? 4, okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people now.
In total on both platforms, right?
On all the platforms.
But you know, one thing I noticed too, usually when we underperform on Friday, you know, the day after, like Saturday, they can always come and make up. I think they always get it that way, but traditionally it's Friday. It's not like we want to be here telling our people, oh, contribute every day. So we designated Friday. But I noticed over the past couple of weeks, whenever they underperform and when they themselves know that they underperform, they always come back on Saturday to make up for that at least 30 or 40. That's why I noticed. So
yeah. So the funny thing, you got 2 little rats on this platform insulting us like we are liars. People discover our life, but then they come from here.
Yeah, they can't leave.
If you stop them from even commenting, they got angry.
Yeah, they get
If you block them from coming here, they get angry. But you say other people discover our life and they left, but you stay here even after discovering our lives. But you know, some of these young people, they are paid agent. They are doing what they want to be, what they are paid to do, and they are paid to come and distract, insult, and disrupt our conversation. But the good thing is, we have so resilience and strong people and, you know, level-headed people on this platform where we don't buy into the foolishness and nonsense. We provide the needed information to our people. We'll continue to hold Joseph Boakai government accountable and any other government accountable. But I can see, for some reason, it looks like commies remains the nightmare for most
I don't know, for some reason you said that guy is irrelevant. Why you so hand bent on him?
Commies got 1%, but commies stay the problem for these people. Even SKTV providing information. They stay credit, they're giving SKTV credit to commies. Can you imagine?
You know, it was the same thing Sedition used to do, right?
Yeah.
Whenever there was some sanction from US government or proposed sanction, it's commies. If you believe that the guy is a nobody, that he's nothing, how can he be a thorn in your flesh if he poses no risks to you? He got 1% and he never complained, but you have stayed in your frustration and mind, and you are blaming a guy with 1%. You sat in like, bro, you believe that a guy like Appleton got more vote than Cummings, that Cummings senatorial candidate got more vote than he who was running in all 15 counties. You accepted that. But all of a sudden, you are still mad with this 1%, man. I really don't get it.
1%, man. And they still feel like Cummings is the one that will come and deliver like, and they don't want that.
Yeah, they don't want that.
They don't want that.
That's why
even some people who supported George Weah, I'm not talking about most of the young people, but most of the older folks, they don't want to hear Cummings.
Nope.
Because all of them are accustomed to this
system. Yeah, the bias governance system. People hate change.
They don't want to see change. So they feel like whenever Cummings is given the chance, Liberia will change, all the corruption will close, so they will not have place in the governing system.
It poses a threat to the system.
Yeah, so it poses a threat to them. So that's why Cummings is a concern for all of them. And I think this is good for Cummings. It means that Cummings is in the minds of the Liberian people in a good way. The corrupt-minded people, the killers, the criminal-minded people are afraid. They are somehow allergic to the name of Cummings. When they hear they got sick to their stomach.
Even the so-called educated and intellectual class, they stay afraid. I don't know why. Like, why are you afraid of your own success? I mean, like, you are so stuck into the whole idea that, because not only the political class, the people that you think that are supposed to be educated, to be making better decisions, they are still intimidated by somehow that if they got like, so you are afraid because you think you will lose your job, or because other people will come and compete for your job. Is that what you're afraid of? Because I haven't seen anybody who will be against their own success. If you believe, in second, we ran this experiment way before the election on countless occasions, on all the radio show, on all the talk show. You ask, who you think is better suited to rule the country? More than 3 in every 4 or 5 will say Alexander Coming, but you ask them, are you going to vote for coming on election day? No. Even though they agree that he stayed the best, but no, they can't do it. So
they say man should wait for a time. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, they believe the man is the better person. The man is the man got the right answer for Liberia.
Yeah. But they can't take him.
You know, but the thing is, you know, leadership monk comes from God.
Yeah.
If God agreed for you to be president or senator or representative or any elected position, even leader in your community, if God say you will be, you will be.
Oh, for sure.
Everything we're doing as a human being, we just, you know, following our gut feelings and our mindset, our thinking, our certain thing, our human ability to look at people for who they are, whether by their experiences, by their achievement, by, you know, by their accomplishment, by their education. But we are just doing what we're doing as human beings. But God, if God says Komi is going to be president, it will happen.
Oh, yeah.
If it doesn't happen in 2029, it will happen before he dies. Do the Boakai can become president?
Yeah, at the age of what, 85 or 90?
Stadium is in a casket.
That's why I told Steve. That's why I told Steve after the
president in his casket.
Yeah.
You say even the man in the coffin, in the grave, you will vote for him.
Yeah.
Then I come and say it will never happen. What is going to do?
That's why I told Steve. I said the whole Liberian politics, you can push it. That's how they operate.
If God or the Satan can confuse all of you.
No.
God can confuse all of you non-scholars and say, even the man in your grave will support him. That means you just support him for no reason.
You rejected all logic. Yeah.
That defies all logic. You say, even the man in your grave, that means expecting him to do nothing, but simply because you are in your feelings, you are in your anger, you are driven by your anger and your feeling and your little mind. You say, even the man in his casket will vote for him. But then the other man who is healthy, wealthy, capable, able, experienced, you say he will never be. If a dead man can be president,
then the one that alive can help.
The one that alive he can be president.
If that's the country you want people to be running on idea, like, yeah.
I'm just giving them their own logic.
Yeah.
You say that man, yeah. Even the man in a casket will vote for the man, will support the man. But the man who is alive, moving things around, one of the leaders of the corporate war.
Yeah. All over the world, not even Liberia is limited. Yeah.
They can be this. But their body can be.
Yeah, but their body can be.
Their body can be. Handicap can be. But the man who can talk and run the street.
Yeah. It can be. It's impossible. It will never be.
It will never be.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. The country is a sick place. You can't fight it. Yeah. That's why I don't get mad when I hear them talking about, we should wait for 6 years. I can't get mad with you because I already understand your mentality. And you just play that scenario that if the man who is dead, literally dead, that's saying you can carry his casket to the executive mansion ahead of the one who is vibrant, who has the energy and experience, then why should I complain and say you want to wait for 6 years? Yeah, you can wait for 6 years. I am telling you, I already know what's going to happen in the 6th year because the way how it started. And every indicators are there that even the people on the rescue train, they already throwing the towel. You the one living in fantasy. The reality are there, and you are refusing to accept the fact that you got scammed. It was the biggest scam you ever bought in Liberian politics, that Boakai is able to transform Liberia, that he came with experience, that he can rescue Liberia. I told them on the show, I said the real rescuers were the Nyombli Kanga, the Delon, the Prince Moy. They got what they wanted. Nyombli now is sending protest a budget almost $2 million. She will get richer than you. She will buy more properties. Her life is relaxed. She got more income coming in. You will be there hoping. No, she living on reality. You are living on hope, and hope is not a strategy. That's it. You end up losing.
and more earlier when I said I'm proud of Nyombli, somebody said, so you keep me saying that. And I'm proud of Nyombli.
Yeah.
Nyombli is a friend.
Yeah, the one.
Number 2, Nyombli is smarter than you guys combined, all of you guys combined. Nyombli came from outside and now controlling your party.
Yeah, party.
Nyombli came from outside and now controlling. Nyombli came from outside. Nyombli appointing her own people, the government, while leaving you behind.
So, superintendent and everything. I did the work making everything. They run the show.
You just continue to wallow in your ignorance.
Yeah.
And while Nyombli making life. That's why I'm proud of her.
Yeah. She was the one.
Imagine you have problem in your party. Your party was somehow, destroyed to some extent. You were kicked out, but yet you found a home where you are supported, respected, even more than the Standard Bureau. And now you're the one making the decision. You are the Senate Pro Tem. You are the one also making appointment in government. You are the one making decision for the president. You are the one telling the president who to be appointed, who not to be appointed. If you receive a list of people for confirmation, you can add or subtract at will. I'm proud of her.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She has leveraged the Unity Party and the Senate.
Yep.
If she can keep that going, she might as well be president one day.
President, yeah. For sure.
This is politics. Some of the people may not want to hear it, but it's a fact. She playing smart. If she can outsmart all those so-called educated men, and also control those Boakai who doesn't know what's going on, what do you expect?
And yet another thing, Sekou, what you just said that she plays smart. Everybody expected Nyombli was the one that Joseph Boakai should have picked to be the VSB, the vice presidential candidate. She never got it because her target was always the Senate Pro Tem. Nyombli understand that in as much as symbolically the vice president might appear powerful, when they get to the Senate, the pro tempore wields more power than the vice president. The vice presidency is a redundant position. You're just there. You are not the one, you're just sitting over there. You cannot even break a tie. But Nyombli will be more active in the Senate as compared to a Jeremiah Kun, and she the one running the show right now. That's just how it is. So she won.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a winner big time. And my man, there's nothing in presidency. The power of presidency is your ability to make decisions, appoint, and dismiss at will.
Yeah.
If you are not the president, you have that same leverage. What do you want to be president?
I know.
You're not taking blame.
If you are in the Senate and you can wield,
you're not getting no blame for anything.
Yeah. Think about that. If you are in the Senate and you can wield executive power to make decision and appointment, you're supposed to be the one that's supposed to help confirm, but you are the one making nomination and telling who goes to where. That the so-called rescue father is not even in control, and yet you want to tell the average man, people like our little brain in your skull, telling them that he's going to succeed when he's not even in control of the whole agenda. Like our people, I don't understand them, but that's like bro for you, my brother. We can only talk the few that will listen with getting.
Yeah, so they're picking it when you come here. they start defending, their grandfather because of. We don't get power.
We never get mad. We're not going to change the business model. SKT will keep saying it all every day. Every day.
So, Monk, just a quick update before we go. This is exactly where we. This is where we are. What I told you was 10, right?
Yeah.
I think nothing. I think it has not changed.
Okay.
And we will leave it there for today.
Yeah. Tomorrow they will complete. They will reach at least 30 our target for the week. For me, a little target thing, because when you're working with out of target and we're out of goal, then
I'm sure what to expect.
Yeah. I let us set 30 in the ball. Then on a Friday, that's good.
Yeah, so that means we got 20. I mean, we got 10 people today. Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. They got to give me at least 15.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, tomorrow, let it be 15. Then we're done for the week, please.
Yeah.
All people, yeah. Tomorrow, you forced me to come on the show. Everybody in my inbox, Mom, what going on? I can't be. You're going to do 10 or what? No.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, they will come tomorrow.
Yeah, the SKT people, they are the best. Anyway, we can get people playing fun, but we trust you. We trust you any day.
And by the way, those of you who missed the meeting, okay, another person just added. So that
there we go.
You got 11 people.
There are 14 people owe me tomorrow. 14. They will return it.
Yeah, one person just added. One person is added to it.
Oh God.
I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know if that person want me to call their name, but let me see here. When I can say no. Oh, say no name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
All right.
Again, it was a good show.
Yes.
Thank you, Steve. A big thank you to our people. Like, those gentlemen that come here to argue, to discuss, void of direct confrontation with other, fans, followers. You're only attacking us, we're not having any problem. Because we know your problem. We understand. Some of you need this. Come at least to distract. You get paid for that. If you're not getting paid, if that help you, if that help ease your frustration, even though we are not the one that frustrated you, even though we are not the one that take your power from you, we are not the one that's doing it. Those Boakai also say to the other people, we are not the one that's doing it. He gave it to them. And you cannot even blame Nyomli and other people for doing what they are doing. Joseph Boakai gave it to them.
Oh, for sure.
He appointed them.
Yes.
Hey, these people are the one going to be. So to see people talking about, Nyomli,
it started from the campaign. It started before he became president. He told you that they were going to run the show. So why are you complaining?
and after the election, after the inauguration, the mayor named those senators. So they are the ones that are going to be doing the vetting. It means they're not going to be doing the appointment.
Yeah.
Him. So when the people recruiting, bringing their own people in, what do you?
Yeah. Why you get it?
Yeah.
Our people have to rationalize. I mean,
yeah. So we need help. All we do to report, what's happening. And we're going to do that. Whether you get mad or you be happy.
No, it's not going to stop. That you can. Doesn't work for SKTV. But it was the same American that said the Joseph Boakai arrest, he took out the A and the T. Agriculture and tourism in your own budget. How can that be SKTV fault?
Yeah. The man who gave you a victory.
Yeah. Good.
Look, Boakai, his own agenda.
Tomorrow what I will do, Sekou, that piece that came, that Amrakonen gave a whole lengthy analysis that Boakai is confused. He don't know exactly what he's doing intelligently. When the people on the radio tomorrow will do them a favor, we will go over it so our radio audience can actually understand what he meant. We will break it down. He got a couple of paragraphs. It's not that long. But the whole gas thing and the whole giving incentive to people that bring in gas to the country and all that stuff. So we'll keep it for the today.
So somebody saying that we didn't play Cummins' interview with BBC. We don't have it.
We'll do it tomorrow.
If you have it, you'll send it to. If something like that happening,
yeah, you're forward to anybody.
We don't work for Comey. We got no information about what Comey is doing with BBC or you or anybody. If you think something happening, let us know. Give it to us.
Yeah.
You can see you now when they call you,
you were saying information himself.
You tell your police because he wants the people to know.
Yeah.
And some government people, some are friends in government too, when something is happening, they can send it to my inbox.
Yeah, that's it.
Government,
a lot of things happen in SKT. We can cover all 9 years. I mean, when you get something important, you forward it, and then we bring it to the show.
Send it to Monk, me, or Steve, or any of us.
Even Melbourne, you forward it.
Go forward it to us. Or you can go to Saros there in Liberia. Anybody, you give it to them, they will give it to us. And some of you, I've always responded to your messages in my inbox. So you send me anything, I will respond to it. If you got my number, you can call me on WhatsApp or text me. You got my direct number, most of you. I'm one of the persons among in the whole social media thing that with major platforms that can always answer my phone.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not afraid of giving my number to people, and I don't look people to for when they call me. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. You only reject call when you call me like some awkward time of day, like 4 a.m. Like one of my picking call me on video at 4 a.m.
My man, you're picking there, be calling me too late, man. I have to blast yesterday. I said it's 3 a.m. here.
Yeah.
If any problem, just text me.
Yeah.
Just text me. If I wake up, I will answer you, but you can't wake me all 3.
Yeah, 3 a.m. on video too, bro. It can be that serious.
Yeah, so tomorrow another person added. So
yeah. Keep our record for tomorrow. We'll complete that 30 or 35 tomorrow.
Yeah. So we got 12 people donated. So thank you guys. We appreciate it.
12, right? 12, 13?
12.
12, all right.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let's call it a day. I think
thank you, man. We'll see tomorrow. And we were talking about, about that other issue. Hope everything goes.
Oh yeah, well. Everything on course by God said, my man. We're doing great. All right.
All right, thank you. My people that are ill. Yeah. Thank you, Richard. I mean, you have to talk to the people. So one time, this person coming from Minnesota, that they have a problem. They have a problem with somebody that is very critical of SKTV, and they wanted to disgrace the person. They said they send the information to. They tried to call Spoon. They didn't get to Spoon. They called Costa. They couldn't get to Costa. So when the person texted me and he told his wife, I think Sekou will answer, will be the person to respond to me. So the person texted me, Sekou, I want to talk to you about something very important. And I responded. I said, call me after the show. And right after the show, they called me. So the person said, Sekou, I just want to say thank you for, first of all, responding to my text message and answering my call. Other people then, they can't answer their phone. Other people can be really, really, really hard to get. And they look down on everybody. So someone, we don't get big names. Nobody know. But you taking my call, I want to say thank you. And guess what this person tell me? Somebody have money for them for about, I think, 4,000. He say, I don't want to get my money. I tell the person, say, whatever money business be happened between you and this person, it was on a good note. If you get this degree, social media is not the best place to go. Let's face it behind the scene. So I called the individual. That time that person already in Liberia for appointments and stuff for this government. And I called the person didn't deny. They said, yeah, it's true, but I'm surprised that, it went to you guys, and then the person forwarded to me some of the text messages between them. What we did, we faced it behind the scene. And hopefully that person will get their money from that person. So that's what we do behind the scene. Politics is politics. People's personal problem is not my problem. If you bring it to me, I will help you solve it. But don't expect me to take people's personal problem to the air. No, I don't do that. I don't refuse to take your call, but I can refuse what's in the call. Honestly. Similarly, when CDC was in power, when they sent me some pictures, nude pictures, say it was Costa, blah, blah, blah. The person who said to me was assistant minister. And I told the person, you must be ashamed of yourself. I say, I want you to delete this from your phone. He said, why? I said, who they make against you, they make attack you. I said, so what? Our politics should not go to that level. Another man nude picture? I'm going to hold down for that. In a woman pictures there, maybe you will say once a year, but you can't go. What male doing with another male nude picture? Sharing it around because of politics? No. Even if it's a woman, as a man, most men will look at it for their own enjoyment, but you cannot take people's personal problem to social media. So that's why we stick to the issue on SKTV. And we answer our phone anytime you call us. We may not do everything you ask us to do, but we will help in the best way possible. Thank you for the support here. Thank you for following SKTV. We appreciate your time, and we'll be here tomorrow.